Johnny Cycles with CyclesGaming.com, bringing you another collector booster box opening. I got my webcam on so you can see my nice janky setup for where I put my webcam so that you can see the cards I'm opening. Also see my various fantasy novels that I've read over the years. David Eddings is one I read when I was very young, and of course Harry Potter, Robert Jordan. Okay, so here we have our Bloomburrow collector booster box. It's super fun set, lots of really janky cards. It feels like tons of cards, tons of text on so many cards. Magic's just going that way. I think it's the nature of being around for 30 years now, that in order to make it interesting, different, new, they have to add more and more text. So we have cards with so much text. It's going to be interesting to see where Commander goes as these sets keep getting printed, where old cards, I'm just worried are going to be totally obsolete, short of like janky tribal builds, if you want to play a competitive deck in Commander. Anyway, there aren't any serialized cards that I know of. Looks like the chase cards are going to be the raised foil, full art, alternate art of some of the mythic creatures. A lot of cool creature types. I think finally I can make a bird deck that's viable. That is in 5 colors. They got a lot of new birds, so we'll see. Opening up the first pack. I've opened up some cards already, so I'm not even sure which one I'm super hyped to open, to be honest. But okay, well, right off the bat, we get Mabel, Heir to Cragflame. Mouse looks like a Mouse Lord. Sweet art. You can hear my son. He's upset. He's playing Minecraft and is lost in the Nether. Even though I told him just to build another portal, he's in creative. All right, so Dawn's Truce. This looks like a Commander staple. Alania Divergent Storm. More alternate art. All right, Swarmyard Massacre. So this is going to be from the Squirrel Commander deck. Ooh, 3 Tree City. All right, so these are actually worth something. I don't know about this particular one. They have alternate arts that are, I guess, associated with color. And so it's a full art. The tree is a different color, but I feel like these are going to be Commander staples. I mean, it's just great in any sort of tribal deck. So happy to see that. So here we have pick 3. So maybe I'll go in my mono green deck. All right, I'll go see if I can help him and then just start the video with the next pack. We're back. This is Johnny Cycles again, having opened up a single pack. We needed to help my son, who is very frustrated with being lost in the Nether in Minecraft, which I understand. All right, we'll see if we can. We're going to make our pile of commons and uncommons over here. We don't really need that. Move everything over, organize ourselves a little bit. We're going to have this pile for all of those mythics we're about to open. Okay, so excited to get 3 Tree City. Not so sure about some of our rares here. Mabel seems to be a Mouse Lord, so probably good build around. Card Dawn's Truce, I think will be playable in Commander, so that's always nice. All right, let's start. Squirrel token. Paul Patch Recruit. Nice. All right, so Rabbit Tribal, here we come. Counters matter. Squirrel Mob. That's nice. I don't know if that's a reprint. I feel like it's a reprint. But either way, good for Commander card, full art. Nice. Dark Star Augur. Put that over here. Bat Warlock. So yeah, Bat's got some love in this set. Scurry of Squirrels. Myriad. I feel like this is a reprint, but I can't remember. Another from the Commander deck. Earthborn Battler. Haste. Might be a good hate card against some. So whenever a player casts their second spell each turn, it deals 2 damage to target opponent. That's pretty sweet. So it's not the player who casts it. So you can bring this in against the Storm decks that are becoming popular again in Modern. A lot of the Izzet decks. All right, so now we're back to our commons. Yeah, I like this idea. So it's each equal to the number of creatures you control. So green white has gotten quite a few creatures with this type of ability. I'm kind of curious if I can make a deck around that. That would be fun to play. Assassin. So yeah, so Assassin's just got a lot of love from the Assassin's Creed, but now we're seeing suddenly a bunch of new Assassins. So I'm wondering if there's not an Assassin's deck out there that doesn't need to lean so heavily on the Assassin's Creed cards. Frog Warrior, yeah. I like this card. I think it's got potential. So this is Kindle Sculpt Arc Duo, can go into my Omnixus deck, maybe my budget version where we're trying to do a single point of damage exactly to our opponent. Let's move this over here. All right, moving on. We have yet to open up a mythic. Does not bode well. You never know. Tide could turn any minute. Pretty token. Valley Rock Caller. I like this card. I think this card has, I don't know about standard, but I mean, it looks like a fun build around. Gain life based on the number of rats and squirrels, and your opponent loses life. So Season of Weaving. All right, that's our first mythic, it looks like. The blue cycle of Paw Prints, you get to pick up to 5. Draw a card, choose an artifact or a creature you control, create a token that's a copy of it, or return each non-land, non-token permanent to its owner's hand. So this can maybe find a home in my mono blue deck for just that last one. Except it's not opponent. It's the one drawback there. Another Paul Patrick recruit. I wonder if we're going to see some of the same repetition that we've seen in the past. Commander card, sweet. Rootcast Apprenticeship. Counters matter. Choose up to 3 of these. Squirrel, looks like it's from the Squirrel deck. All right, ooh, another mythic. Foil. I don't think this is one of the chase mythics, unfortunately. The Rotten Mouth Viper. Anytime you can have a cost reduction, though, that's relevant, you never know. I think you might see some play. Forage or pay black, destroy target creature or planeswalker. The forage is a really interesting mechanic that seems to go really well with the flavor of the set, which I like a lot. And I think this is, overall, I'm really impressed with this set, with what Wizards has done with the flavor. It feels a little bit like Eldraine, but less, I don't know, even more folklorish, perhaps less powerful, probably less powerful. Let's see. A lot of fun cards, a lot of flavorful cards with mechanics that kind of go with the flavor of it really well, I think. So let's see if I make sure I'm not. Mockingbird, that's a pretty card. So this is a rare. Like, it's not the raised foil, I don't think. Flying, you have it entered as a copy of any creature on the battlefield with mana value less than or equal to the amount of mana spent to cast Mockingbird, except it's a bird. So that's a pretty sweet card. My system of organization is already messed up. All right, Marrow Gnawer from Commander. All rats have fear. That's not bad. Sacrifice a rat, create X 1/1 black rat creature tokens where X is the number of rats you control. I think this is a reprint, but Festival of Embers. My nephew has a rat deck. Man, all right, that seems like a powerful card. Arthur Marigold Knight. Sweet. Mouse Mythic from the Commander set. Iridescent Vine Lasher. This is another one that I think I could put in my Omnixus deck. The Offspring is a really sweet mechanic, I think, that's going to add a lot of power to these cards in the late game, something like a 1-drop. Not so great late, but if you get 2 of them, And then with the landfall, super powerful. So I think that's another way. You in the Ob Nexus deck where you're looking to ping your opponent, you're always looking for alternative ways. You want to give yourself a variety of different ways of pinging your opponent, so it's not always just blood artist effects or targeting. So with the land, this is going to be triggered with each land that enters the battlefield. That's another powerful way of hitting your opponent. It does target though, so that means things that give your opponent hexproof will shut it off. All right, going through the uncommons. Let's see about this one. I think will look good in my budget life gain counters deck. And expend. Expend is a really interesting mechanic as well, in that I think it's going to help mid range. It can expend 4. Well, if you're playing up the curve, you're playing a 4 and 5 drop that do things on their own, but if you have, they can only power up creatures so much with in and of itself, and Wizards seems reluctant to power up the 4 and 5 drops the way they've done the 1 and 2 drops. But with expend, suddenly your 4/4 flying dragon triggers your 3 drop to do something else to make it so it adds an ability, and that way with the synergies of 2 cards on the battlefield, obviously it's less powerful and easier to disrupt, but I think it does add a new dynamic to the mid-range strategy. We'll see how good it is in modern. Cool Claw's Heist. So he's one of the, not this one, but the actual Cool Claw is one of the chase mythics with this fancy art. Gift a card. All right, it's like a Chatterfang Squirrel General, sweet. And I'm getting my whole Squirrel Commander deck here in this box. Beacon Green Shell, yeah, this guy, the turtle. I opened up one of those already. Jacked Rabbit. Oh my god, that's hilarious. I mean, the Commander Rabbit. Whenever Jacked Rabbit attacks, create a number 1/1 white rabbit creature tokens equal to Jacked Rabbit's power. Ravenous. All right. Have to look that one up. Camellia the Seed Miser. Another squirrel. Yeah, I'm getting all the squirrels. I guess I should make a squirrel deck. I wonder how many squirrels there are in Commander, or in Magic. All right. So yeah, the other thing that this is what I was, this is exciting for my triple keyword matters Boros deck. It's foil, has flash, enchant creature, you just draw a card, you get enchanted creature gets +1/+0 and has flying, so that's at least 3 things. Also, I'm going to try it out in my Breaking the Color Pie deck. I'm trying to make, right now I have a mono white version of Breaking the Color Pie where everything draws you a card. See if I can make mono blue something, Breaking the Color Pie, mono black, Breaking the Color Pie, and so forth. All right, so moving on. I'm not sure we've hit anything that's worth a whole lot of money. We're at the halfway point with this booster pack of the whole collector box. So we need a little bit of help for it to turn around. We need some of these fancy full art chase mythics that are foil. Like this one. He might be. He's not a mythic though, but that's a sweet art, right? That one, I don't know. This is the art. This might be the foil. This is the raised foil. I can feel it. It's not a mythic. It's a rare. 3/4. Ward 2. If a creature an opponent controls would die, exile it instead. At the beginning of each end step, create X/1/1 black rat creature tokens with this creature gets +1/+1 for each other rat you control, where X is the number of creatures your opponents control that will exile this turn. All right, I don't know. I'll have to check the value. I'll come back with the value, but that's the kind of card we need. Liliana of the Dark Realms. Interesting. All right. What is this? The rat version of it? Wonder if that's worth anything. Full art, very nice. Fountain Port. That's a commander card though, so if it's printed in the commander set pack, I'm not sure it's gonna be worth anything. Sacrifice a token, draw a card, pay 1 life, create a 1/1 blue fish creature token. All right, so this is a value land. Bright Cap Badger, another commander card. So this pack seemed to be might be worth something. Rabbit Warrior. And these lands feel like they're freebies too to include in a lot of decks, so that's nice to have the foil. Interesting. This is sweet. I don't know. I like the art. I like the flavor text of it. Okay, well, that might have been our best pack so far. Is it going to be enough to help pay for this box? I don't know. We'll have to find out at the end. All right, food token. Baleful Strix, interesting. Didn't know that was reprinted. That's a cool art. And it's foil. Fine Death Touch. One off of my triple T words. I mean, what are the odds? Full art foil followed by the full art. That's what I'm talking about with the odds. I'm happy to see it, but you know, pity the person who gets bad. I mean, that's not even a great rare, to be honest. So pity me, I suppose. But like, it could be a total bust of a rare back to back. I mean, that kind of is a bust of a rare, to be honest. Especially a reprint. It'd be nice if this was like at least a new commander card. But all right, moving on. Manifold Mouse, Octomancer, interesting. Frog Druid, and Valley Quest Caller. So this is a Rabbit Lord. Oh, it's a random creature lord. All right, so that. Well, I mean, that just it's. Here's the blue one. I haven't seen this one yet. Just seems like the odds should be very slim that that happens, and I think it happened with Assassin's Creed, which makes a bit more sense when they have a smaller set. But in a set like this with so many cards, but all right, we're still looking for something to help pay for this box. We've got the one raised foil. The raised foils are not like hundreds of dollars, and that was a rare, so you have to figure that one might be $30 if I'm lucky. Which is not enough to pay for the box. Beza the Bounding Spring. All right, so this one, not raised, but it is alternate art foil. It's one of the mythics. That's a good start. That helps. Thundercap Trainer. Essence Channeler. A lot of Bat Love, that's for sure. Trail Tracker Scout from the Commander deck. Wishing Well. Yeah, there's got to be a way to abuse this in Commander for sure. I don't know why the camera is not really wanting to focus very well, but Wishing Well foil, that's not bad. Mountain. All right, let's just quickly go through these. All right, we're down to 4 packs. Still looking for something to help pay for this box. All right, Rat Token. Another one. I mean, back-to-back packs with Thundertrap Trainer, Karn the Great Creator, alternate art, the tree one. That might be worth something. It's not foil, though. Miss Breath Elder. If you do. Okay, I'm just reading this real quick. I mean, that has some abuse. You can abuse it, but otherwise, I'm not sure it's worth it. Any sort of deck that wants ETB effects, this gives you an every turn return it for free, basically. So you wouldn't want it on turn 1. You might want it on turn 5. Mouse Bard. All right, so the Karn was our best hit there. Yeah, this one is a sweet drawing cards with counter deck. So I think this is going to find a home in one of my Counters Matters deck. And I don't know why my computer will not, or my webcam will not focus. I would really like some more of these 3 tree cities. I haven't gotten very many of them, just the ones. And what I've opened so far, like a bundle and half a box, seen none. So seeing one of those fancy art foil 3 tree cities would be nice. Coiling Rebirth. All right. Full art. It's not raised. It's a Fairy Time Raveler. Man, I'm getting lucky with these alternate art reprints, though. It's not foil, but, you know, I have to go find out. I'm going to look that up immediately when I get off, see what. I mean, it looks like they're in the Commander decks, but because they say they have Commander, I think that's just probably to differentiate them, but maybe they are in the Commander decks. Another squirrel. Got all the squirrel loving. Got, again, right? Two of the same. So if you ever wondered what the odds are, I feel like they're getting they're becoming more and more likely that you're going to get two of the exact same cards in some of these packs. Dazzling Denial. All right, that could be in my bird deck. All right, well, we would like to see two mythics like that. Narset, Parter, Veils. Okay, so I have the collector booster box of all the special planeswalkers, and this one's a foil one, and it's the bird one. I mean, this one might actually be worth something. It's not raised foil, but man, that's a pretty card. Scrap Shooter. And what are the odds you're going to get 4 of the different planeswalkers? That I will not complain about, but. And then we have a rare Sunspine Lynx. This one might be good for as a hay piece. I like that one. It's my son again playing Minecraft, knocking on the door, but we only have one more pack, so I'll finish up real fast. So this is another one that can go in the Obnixilus deck. Deals damage when a creature enters the battlefield and it doesn't target, so that broadens our method of attack. Mistbreath Elder. All right, we're down to one pack. Well, have we already gained our value with these planeswalkers? Most of which were not foil, just one was foil, or do we still need to have a big raised foil to even have a chance to regain our value? Still hoping for that 3-tree city. Last one, bat token. The Gitrog monster. Wow, look at that. Art, sweet art, foil. That might be worth something. Kidnap, that's funny. Dour Port Mage. I think we've already missed our slot for the expensive cards, but for one or more other creatures you control, leave the battlefield without dying, draw a card. So this is like something I noticed new with this set that's focusing on like the blinking, and when you blink a creature, you get value. So this could go into my blink deck. Hazel of the Root Bloom. All right, well, so that's another mythic. I think we already opened one of these. That's okay. Might be worth something. It's going to be for everyone who wants a squirrel deck, but it is a commander, so it's going to come in the commander deck, I assume. All right, well, I'll have to do the math. This guy, so could go into my triple keyword matters. It's an enter the battlefield effect, though, that does 3 things, so I tend to stay away from the ETBs. They did come out with a green creature with 3 keywords. Oh, there's the black one. And the white one. All right. Okay, well, I'll do some math, add up the price of these cards, and be back with the final tally and the wrap-up. For now, thanks for watching. Okay, this is Johnny Cycles. I'm back, having calculated the worth of the collector booster box from Bloomburrow that I just opened. We got a lot of cards that are in the $5 to $20 range, I would say. So even though overall our total value exceeded how much we paid for the box, you have to wonder how many of these $5 cards are going to go down to $2 or $1 bulk rares, or how many of these $20 cards will drop down to $5 as people open them and play them. Of course, there are some cards that will shoot up in value as people realize how powerful they are or how rare they are. Some of the squirrels and rabbits and other things that are only getting a single printing. So it's possible that our box gains value. I have a feeling, though, it's going to lose value. So I divided the cards up into the legal from the set and then the commander cards. So our most expensive card, if you hadn't already guessed, was our raised foil Vren the Relentless. Comes in at $75, but pretty good. I mean, it's sweet. It's not the most expensive of the bunch, but 3-tree city, as I mentioned, that's actually a $35 card. We only opened up one total. Whether foil or non. Beza, $20. Rottenmouth Viper, $15. Season of Weaving at $12. Darkstar Augur, $8. So now we're into the range of are these cards just going to lose total value? I do think Dawn's Truce, given that it can be played in Commander, will keep its value, maybe $5, but right now it's at $8. Foil Mabel, $8. Iridescent Vine Lasher, $7. Osteomancer Adept, $7. Paul Paul Patch Recruit is 6. Sunspine Lynx is 6. And then there was a Fountain Port land that I forgot to include in there. It comes in at $6. So those are the expensive from the set. From the commander cards, Narrow Nara is our most expensive card at 25. Chatterfang is 20. This Liliana is 20. So we could have gotten raised foil full art of these Planeswalkers, and those are the most expensive cards in the set. Unfortunately, this beautiful full art foil Gitrog monster is only $18. Same with Narset, only $13. Karn, I mean, I don't like the art either, so I wouldn't play it, but it's 12. Agate Instigator is actually more expensive than Teferi at $10. Teferi, I guess, is right around $10 too right now. Bloodroot Apothecary, $9. Hazel of the Root Bloom, $8. Arthur Full Art, $8. Foil Baleful Strix, of which we got 2 full arts, 1 foil, 1 non. This one's $6. Story of Squirrels is $5. Broadcast Apprenticeship is $5. So yeah, we were looking at $382 worth of value for a $240 collector booster box. We'll see how many of these cards hold value over time. Definitely excited to build around them. Got a bunch of fun commander cards. The set looks really fun to play as well. I'm not sure how much it's going to bring to modern, but it's going to add some cards at least to commander. And I think there's some build around mechanics that we could try in modern at least. So anyway, this is Johnny Cycles with cyclesgaming.com. Thanks for watching. I'll catch y'all on the next one.